Happy Friday, everyone. You're watching Auto News Now. I'm your host, Laura Harris. Today, our senior editor, Dan Shine, speaks with CEO of Fixed Ops Digital, Owen Moon. Moon says the service marketing industry is changing as more customers go online. Fixed Ops Digital will bring new strategies online to reach those customers. Moon also says in today's market, dealerships need a renewed focus on the service side of the industry. Take a look and listen.
Owen Moon, CEO of Fixed Ops Digital. Welcome to Daily Drive.
Hey Dan, how you doing? Thanks for having
I'm,
me, sir.
I'm great. Thanks for being with us. Before we get into the topic that I want to kind of cover today, tell me a little bit about service marketing, where it is today as opposed to, let's say, 5 years ago.
Yeah, it's a great question. I get it a lot, actually, because obviously, as the premier service marketing and technology company in automotive, this has been kind of why we exist, right? I mean, most service marketing up to this point, or at least over the last 10, 15 years, has been really driven by loyalty campaigns and past customers, lost customers, things like that. Really tapping into the dealerships DMS and putting together strategies and campaigns around that. Many of those campaigns are being utilized with email marketing, direct mail campaigns, things like that. And so, unfortunately, or fortunately for us, I guess, what we've noticed and what we've seen is that the service customers changed. But in many cases, the strategies that we utilize as an industry to try to reach those customers haven't. And so, that's why we've decided to, kind of bring more of our strategies online to try to reach that online customer because more and more dealerships are, excuse me, customers are going online to, look for information to try to, educate themselves about services that they might need to keep those vehicles running longer and keep them running during that vehicle ownership. And so, so that's what we're seeing out there is just a kind of a trend moving, not necessarily moving away. I mean, I think that there is some budget shifting when you look at advertising, but focusing more on other areas that we can make an impact.
And so let's kind of launch into what those other areas might be. And I know, uh, there's all sorts of kind of turmoil in the auto industry today, especially new car sales, things like that. So what are you seeing in the market today, and how are you kind of at Fixed Ops Digital kind of addressing what dealerships need?
Yeah, another great question. We've noticed a huge difference in the amount of traffic that we're getting to the website for service, right? For anything fixed operations, related. So service, parts, tires, collision, accessories. These are all great profit centers that dealerships can really take advantage of, especially during times when maybe there are other factors that are affecting their business. In case in point, the chip shortage. With not as many new cars on the lot, it's really changed how dealerships are operating their business. And so, more focus has been put on used cars. Obviously, used cars need to be fixed, and so a lot of what we're seeing is also a new focus, or a renewed focus, I should say, on the service side of the business. And so, so that's one thing that we've noticed is just there's been a lot more traffic coming to the website. Obviously, to have good content and information out there is great. But one other thing that just sort of recently came out, and it kind of ties right into sort of our philosophies or our methodology, is the average vehicle has now pushed over 12 years on the road today. Part of that I think has been because of COVID. People weren't trading as much during 2020 into early 2021, and then moving right into the chip shortage. I think we've sort of also seen this play a big factor in that. So the average vehicle on the road for 12 years, as I kind of mentioned, things are going to break. Things are going to break down. And so late ownership services are been really not only a strategy that our clients have really kind of focused on, but just in general, I think dealerships need to really look at late ownership services as a key part of their strategy going forward, because these are the the later services, the after the warranty's up. Toyota has a 2-year prepaid maintenance program. What happens after that, right? That's when customers really start to do shopping. They don't want to overpay for service, so they're going to look for where can they maybe get the best value or the best the best price on some of those services that maybe they're not used to doing because they trade every few years, and now obviously that trade cycle has been sort of interrupted.
You can listen to the full interview and get the headlines on the Daily Drive podcast, hosted by our very own Jamie Butters and Kellen Walker. Thanks for watching Auto News Now. I'm Laura Harris. Have a great weekend.